Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I started this a while ago, and I couldn't get it to work. It's like the internet wasn't working, so I had to reset the computer and I deleted the video. So here we are again. So what am I doing? I'm doing, let me apologize to you guys. So because of my brain problems, I've been telling you guys to send me, I don't have enough suggestions, send me more suggestions and all that garbage. So I decided to go back and watch some of my old videos from like when I first started, and what I noticed was every single one of those videos had suggestions and I had forgotten. So, and that's on me, I'm sorry. If you notice that you have had a suggestion that hasn't been done in 7 months, please let me know, because you know what's going on with my brain. Send me a text, send me an email, and I'll get right on it. This one goes back 6 months, and it's for Chris O. And I'm excited about actually doing this. And I have taken pictures of all the suggestions, and they're in my photo album. And I'm going to go down them one at a time and erase them. And again, I apologize so much for that. I don't want to be that unprofessional, but hey, you know, look at me. Anyway, I couldn't sleep last night. As you guys have heard me say a million times, I don't sleep well. I slept the night before. It was great. Woke up yesterday. It was great. Didn't sleep at all. Stayed out here in the music room and practiced bass all night. I'm not even a bass player. So anyway, this neither here nor there. This is Kansas Joe McCoy and Memphis Minnie When the Levee Breaks from 1927. Now, I didn't know this even existed, and I thought it was an original Zepplin song. I have a little bit to say about why they covered this after the video, because I think I know why. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. We're gonna listen to this. Here we go.
Keeps on raining, levee's going to break. If it keeps on raining, levee's going to break. And the water gonna come and I have no place to stay. Well, all last night I sat on the levee and moaned. Well, all last night I sat on the levee and moaned, thinking about my baby and my happy home. If it keeps on raining, levee's going to break. If it keeps on raining, levee's going to break. And all this...
I'm sorry, I'm going to roll this back to the beginning. I'm sorry that I was looking at my phone. I have a very close friend who had gallbladder surgery, and I didn't even know it. And I was trying to reach him last night. He texted me this morning. Sorry about that. Thank you guys for being patient with me, and here we go again. I love those pictures. Kid years.
Keeps on raining, levee's going to break. If it keeps on raining, levee's going to break. And the water gonna come and I have no place to stay. Well, all last night I sat on the levee and moaned. Well, all last night I sat on the levee and moaned, thinking about my baby and my happy home. If it keeps on raining, levee's going to break. If it keeps on raining, levee's going to break. And all these people have no place to stay. Now look here, mama, what am I to do? Now look here, mama, what am I to do? I ain't got nobody to get my trouble to.
I guess she's playing.
I works on the levee, mama, both night and day. I works on the levee, mama, both and day. I ain't got nobody, keep the water away.
Nice.
All crying won't help you, praying won't do no good. I'm crying won't help you, praying won't do no good. When the levee breaks, Mama, you got to move. I work on the levee, Mama, both night and day. I work on the levee, Mama, both night and day. The work so hard, keep the water away. I had a woman, she would do for me. I had a woman, she wouldn't do for me. I'm going back to my used to be. All me no levee, call me to weep and moan. If I mean no levee, call me to weep and moan. Come and leave my baby and my happy home.
Wow. Okay. So, I love that. I'm sorry. Getting way ahead of myself. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and do the Zepplin, and then I want to discuss this just a little bit because it's really interesting about the flood thing. And so here's the Zepplin remaster, and let's do that. That was the one that was suggested. So we're going to do that and listen to it. I want to be able to see if I can able to hear the words. I never cared for Zepplin, and so probably going to get a lot of barbs and jabs for that, but I just wasn't a Zepplin guy. And all my friends were, and you know, my ex-wives, and that's why they're ex-wives. But I just cared for it. I didn't have a single Zepplin. I had one Zepplin album, but that's not true. I don't even remember what it was. It was an old man carrying a sack of something around with him. I think there was probably one song on there I liked, and then I just, anyway. But when Zepplin was out, there's other bands that I liked that were kind of in that genre, maybe a little bit. But we're going to discuss that afterwards. So here is the Zepplin. His voice is one reason I didn't like Zepplin at all. I thought Jimmy Page was a great guitar player. John Bonham was a great drummer, bass player, whatever his name was, a great bass player. And they were a decent band. I didn't like the way that he sang the songs, and I didn't like the arrangements. But let's just go.
Got what
guys. Again, at the risk of offending anybody, that was probably the most 7 minutes of my life. I think they're boring. I'm sorry, it's just the same old thing as the droning power over and over and over again. And again, and some of that was everybody liked them, and I felt like I listened to them and they're okay. But what about the Who? What about Alvin Lee? What about what's his name? Guys, my brain. I had all these people lined up I was going to talk about, and now I can't remember who I was going to talk about. But there were so many great bands. The Guess Who, Creedence Clearwater Revival. I mean, and they were, again, different genre. These guys were harder than that. But I just felt like they were harder to be for the sake of being harder. Now, if you like Zepplin, I don't. That's fine. Susu loves Zepplin, and she says that they something about their music does something in her. So we listen to some Zepplin and do our thing. That's not true. So again, if you like this, that's great. Personal preference is great. I really like the first one because there's a history there that I think gets lost in this, right? And you're watching the videos, and you're watching the levee breaks, the levee places, and all the floodwaters and stuff, and all these really poor black people that had to live through that because that's where they lived. Now, a couple of years ago, I was living in Columbia, South Carolina. I've been there a long time, and we had what they called the 100-year flood. I think it was called the 100-year flood. And so every 100 years is a really bad flood. It came up from Charleston, and it broke all the levees, and then Broad River flooded, and every rivers around there flooded, and it was a mess. I mean, we had water, waist deep water downtown. Now, if you lived in Columbia during that time, and you disagree with me, that's fine. My brain, but that's what I remember. Is I remember being hard to get in and out of downtown. I remember Broad River Bridge being overwhelmed. I remember Charleston being totally evacuated, and so this was interesting to me because now we have the technology to make it not so terrible, but it was still pretty terrible. People lost their homes, some people lost their lives, and it was interesting to see that in 27, and then to see what I had seen about 100 years later. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. If you like this video, that's fine, and hit like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, somebody's blowing up my phone. Share with your friends, because if you like it, they will. And hit the notification bell, because now that I'm better, I'm trying to release as many as I can. Like I said, I'm going back 7 months, and so do all that. And if you have a request in, and I don't get to it because I took pictures of all this, let me know. And I know I think Kent or Chris and Amy had sent some things in emails, and I can't find those emails. So resend them, guys. Sorry, I'm really sorry about that, but my intention is to get to all of the covers you suggested as soon as possible. All right, well, listen, thank you for your patience with me, and thank you for coming by. And come see Sue and I on the other channel in a little bit. We're going to do a video as soon as she gets out here for our other channel, Sue and the Wolfman. If you haven't checked it out, you need to check it out. And I actually had someone say, hi, first time here or something yesterday. And I was like, really? Because it's been 7 months since I've been up, and I thought maybe I had peaked. But anyway, guys, thank you again. And please come back.